Alright guys, 7,000 years ago, not really 7,000. I mean, it was a long time ago, but a group of people called themselves the Three Initiates. They came out with a book called the Kybalion, right? I know, silly name, whatever. The Kybalion turned out to actually be a series of spiritual principles that conveyed the teachings of someone named Hermes Trismegistus. I hope I pronounced that right. A lot of people who checked out the Kybalion, though, may not know about him, but his principles really have stood the test of time, becoming widely influential in the shaping of new age thought circles since the 20th century. I reviewed this book a few years ago, and that video is easily one of the most viewed on this channel. So we're gonna do a celebratory review of the ancient principles, what they mean, and most importantly, how you can use them to your favor. Just so you guys know, there are affiliate links in the description, and if you guys buy anything through those links, like maybe this book, then I get commission, which helps me build this channel and keep making these videos. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam, and I want to make self-growth normal, because people shouldn't have to look this information up. It should just be mainstream knowledge. If you agree, then please make sure to smash that like button. Principle number 1, mentalism. The all is mind, the universe is mental. There's something about these books where you hear the word universe and you immediately begin to think to yourself, what is this person talking about? When they say universe is mental, they mean that we are living in a construct similar to the fabric of the Matrix. The universe and everything is a mental construct. Whether or not this is true is irrelevant. I mean, how could it possibly be true? I didn't invent the universe. Or maybe they're talking about your individual universe. So you can influence your universe by influencing your thoughts, right? If you consider it, this is pretty empowering. Again, it's mental. The all is mind and the universe is mental. Principle number 2, correspondence. As above, so below. As below, so above. Maybe you've heard that before. Sort of piggybacking the law of mentalism, we're saying that your thoughts here are mirroring your reality. So whatever is not here can be reduced by whatever is.
Spacey.
These people are actually claiming that
Where one thing exists, another doesn't.
and the thoughts that you give the most energy to are the ones that go from non-existent to existent. I don't do this often, but I'd like to give you guys a poem about the power of thought itself, because I found it pretty darn relevant.
If I do say so myself.
You can never tell what your thoughts will do in bringing you hate or love, for thoughts are things, and their airy wings are swift as carrier doves. They follow the law of the universe. Each thing creates its kind. They speed over the track to bring you back whatever went out from your mind. Principle number 3, vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. This is probably the type of thing that you could expect from like a Miami nightclub. I don't know. You may have seen this if you've ever been to a Miami nightclub at 2 a.m. I bet this is where we find out that everything vibrates, even things that don't actually move, and our thoughts are equivalent to vibrations, blah, 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 we'll see. There's something, guys, called the tuning fork. I don't know if you've heard of it, but if you take a tuning fork and you hit it with a hammer, I don't know why someone would hit a fork with a hammer, it'll start vibrating. And what's weird about this is that if there are other tuning forks around it, they'll start vibrating too. All it takes is for one tuning fork to start vibrating. All of the other ones. Isn't that strange? Well, the same holds true in Hermetic philosophy. When you resonate thoughts and emotions like gratitude or love or joy, they attract corresponding vibrations back to you. It's almost like a sort of boomerang, except the physical boomerang itself is still there. You didn't throw it at all. It's only coming back because you held it up and said, hey look guys, I have a boomerang in my hand. And no, that wasn't a good example. Unless you want to be that crazy boomerang man on the street. Principle number 4 is polarity. Everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair and opposites, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature but different in degree. Extremes meet, all truths are but half-truths, and all paradoxes may be reconciled. What does this mean? This means that, for example, hot and cold, yes, they're opposites, we get it, okay. But the only thing that makes them opposites is that they are two completely different temperatures. Any two opposites are just two different degrees of something. If they were the same degree, they wouldn't be opposites. What I really like about this one is that it's just mathematically indisputable. But it's not just that, it's also the fact that it's actually helpful. Poverty and wealth are not different from each other. They're just opposites. You don't have to get out of the whole state of being that is poverty and into wealth. You just move upward to that status because you move to a different degree. Categorically, two total opposites, they are the same. They're just positioned at different degrees of something. Law number 5 is rhythm. Everything flows out and in, everything has its tides, all things rise and fall, the pendulum swing manifests in everything, and the measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left as rhythm compensates. What does this mean? Alright, so boom, one day you have an amazing day. You and your significant other find the solution to some issue and the fighting stops. You make a huge sale, you get a new pet, you move out of your parents' house, and you cut ties with a toxic friend. Now, I have never heard of all of these things happening in one day, but you catch my drift. Sounds like a pretty good day. Now, the following day, you get in a car crash. You find out that the sale didn't go through because the customer changed his, her, or their mind. You found out that a family member was diagnosed with a life-threatening illness, and these are extreme examples on both ends. Very unfortunate, and I would never wish them upon anybody. Heaven forbid any of these happen. But like I said, this is a pendulum. Things change. No life is perfect. You're gonna have good days and bad days, maybe amazing days and horrible days. What my main point here is that is worth really understanding and getting through to your head before controlling your response. Law number 6 is cause and effect. Every cause has an effect, every effect has a cause, everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for a law not recognized, and there are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. The biggest occurrence, it just doesn't happen by accident, okay? Here's my explanation for this. The best example I could give you is inventions. Matches, sticky notes, microwaves, Viagra, dry cleaning, Botox, bubble wrap, silly putty, ice cream cones, dynamite, Coca-Cola, super glue, chocolate chip cookies, penicillins. These were not invented by accident. Well, I suppose they were, and if you look into each one of those things I just mentioned, every single one of them, you'll find out how, but that accidental moment of invention is not by any means in the stretch of every universal plane you could possibly talk about here what we're referring to. What we're talking about here is replication, product improvement, beta testing, technology, manufacturing, marketing, certifications, sales, investment, infrastructure, business growth, improvement in lifestyle of everyone from the entrepreneur to the manager to the worker to the customer, who today is the true employer. That does not happen by accident. It happens by cause and effect. And none of those at all, none, would be widespread as real life things, real life products, without the idea of let's turn this into something that people can buy for an increased quality of life. And lastly, law number 7, gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles, and gender manifests on all planes. It's kind of hard to describe the differences between masculine and feminine energy, but one thing for sure for everyone who's watching is that they have nothing to do whatsoever with your sex, your gender, or your sexual orientation or identification. Maybe you've heard the term toxic masculinity, for example. Let's clear up a potential misconception here. That has literally nothing to do with the principle of gender. Nothing at all. Nothing. Zilch. Nada. Zero. I really don't understand why the 3 initiates decided to call this masculine and feminine energy. Maybe they just had nothing else to call them. Maybe they ran out of ideas. I don't know. Oh, I know. Maybe it was an accident. Masculine energy it's goal-oriented and action-focused. It's rational, it's not emotional, and it likes to put its head down and get to work. Feminine energy is about taking a step back to look at the bigger picture. It likes to go out and explore. It likes to find the joy and fulfillment in life. And these 2 energies are everywhere, all the time. They have quite the relationship, and history shows that it doesn't have the best track record, but they can't control themselves like we can. So those are the 7 ancient principles of the Kybalion by the 3 initiates. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your favorite one is in the comments below. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, because I don't get why people watch this far into my videos and they don't subscribe. If you guys are thinking of checking out the book, there's a link in the description. If you guys buy anything through that link, then I get commission, which again really helps with building this channel. If you already have subscribed and you want to turn it up just a notch and turn on that notification bell to get a notification whenever I drop new videos, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You can find me everywhere, and I will see you then.